My five weight is going to be, and I love this one, is I'm going with the Raiders game. So the entire game against Miami under 44.5.
I love this one too. Go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my thinking. One, I can't recall any team firing this many offensive or coaches even on one side of the ball. But let's just say offense, because offense is so much, more intricate to coach in many ways. I think it certainly used to be. Maybe it's actually changing with, where it's getting more equal. But either way, I can't remember on either side of the ball where they fired 3, the OC, the line coach, and what was the other? Was it the quarterback's coach?
The quarterback's coach and the O-line coach, yep.
And the OC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, who's left?
I don't know who's calling the plays.
And the rumor.
Oh, didn't they bring in Turner?
Yeah. Now Turner was at Washington, right? He was there for a couple years when they. I think he was there up until last year or the year before. But he was there. He actually was very well regarded at Washington, if I'm not mistaken. You guys want to look that up?
Yeah, he was. He hasn't coached in. Are we talking about Norv Turner or Scott Turner?
Scott Turner. Who did they bring in?
Well, Norv is the special assistant. That's who they brought in.
Oh, I didn't know that.
90?
A senior advisor.
Well, I like it even better. And he's becoming the head or the OC.
Just the senior advisor.
Who's going to call plays?
I guess Scott Turner.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't care about. No, I thought you guys said it wasn't Scott, and I was like, I don't think that's right. All right, so his dad's going to be there. Okay, fine.
Which is going to have a good impact.
If anyone, it's going to be more running the ball, right?
I would agree with that. Yeah.
So to me, I think the Raiders run. Now, Miami's a big favorite in this game. So if they get ahead, do you think they're going to expose Tua to a bunch of passes they don't need to? I don't think so. So to me, unless I'm just and that's why I actually don't just like the Raiders team total under. I like the game under because I think they're both, if the Raiders are just going to make a point to run the ball, regardless of if they're in a good place or not, they're starting the guy from Atlanta is what I'm hearing, right? Last year, right?
No. They're I don't know why they're not, but they're going back with Minshew.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Oh. Well, I would have. What was that dude's name last year?
Desmond Ridder. You think?
Yeah, from Cincinnati, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought I heard otherwise.
This is the third time that Minshew has been unbenched to start a game this year.
He's like, I'll be back.
That's got to be a record.
I'll be back. So either way, Minshew. Listen, maybe he won't throw. It's one of those things. You want the quarterback to be good enough not to throw a bunch of interceptions, right? So sometimes you almost with the under, you want a decent but not a good quarterback. But either way, that's a little neutral. I probably slightly like it better the other way, but I still really like the under. And Fez, any additional, add on to what I said if you like it.
The Raiders center, Andre James, has a banged up ankle, so that helps as well.
Did you talk to him personally?
I did not see him taking out his trash this week. So.
He couldn't.
No, it's trash days Thursday.
Do you ever have binoculars and see if he's limping?
No, I talked to him once for like 10 minutes. Great kid. Just a great kid. He's with his high school sweetheart. So super positive about football and everything. So,
and we're betting against him.
We're betting the under.
We're betting against his offense doing well.
Yeah, we're betting the
under. So that's the main point.
Yes.
You agree with me that
I like your Tua angle, big time. Like, and Tua took a big hit at the end of the Rams game. And people were like, not the end, in like the middle of the game, we're like, uh-oh. You saw that, Scott, right? Remember when he got lit up and it was like, is he coming back? And so I think this is a game Miami should say, we don't need to expose Tua. We hand the ball off to Mozart and A-Chain and let him run the ball. Okay, so now this is a situation, and it's a rare situation, where you have a team off a bye and you have a team on a short week. Yes, and I like the Raiders. I would have used them plus 7.5, and I'm not going to use them plus 7. But here's what's interesting. If you have a team with 13 or more days rest, so off a bye, against a team with 5 days rest, which is off a Monday night specifically, in that situation, the team with the short rest, so Miami in this case, has a winning record by a significant margin. It's amazing. And if you actually look at underdogs in that situation,
So in this case, I guess it would be the Raiders or the underdog. But if a big favorite in that situation, if you're looking at it from the Miami side, does even better. So as much as I agree with you in general, bye versus short week, but it goes to prove what we've seen, I think, over the years, Fez, is when there's something so obvious to overcome that everyone's aware of it, almost like that first week of the injury. Oh, it's a Monday night. They've probably been talking about this since the schedule came out. We got a Monday game, then we got to play a team off a bye. It tends to focus the team in a way that is net positive.
And it probably catches up to them, the general fatigue the following week.
I agree with that.
Catches up to Miami the following week. Yeah.
Yeah, so, but also in that very same trend that typically is, now, there is a trend that generally says if you're off a bye and one team's on a losing streak and the other team's on a winning streak, which we have here, Miami's off a win, Raiders is off a loss, and you're on the road, right? In this case, the Raiders are on the road. That ends up being, it's the perfect storm for the bye to really mean something. So in one way, if we forget the fact that it's a 5-day rest and just look at the bye situation, bye versus non-bye, playing on the road, and the bye team on a losing streak, which makes them more focused during the bye, the theory is, right?
Yep.
And then the other team's on a winning streak, so maybe they're a little bit lax, so you wouldn't think that with Miami.
Miami needs the game like blood, obviously.
Yeah, I agree. But just looking at the trend, it really points to the Raiders. So as much as I would say I probably lean Miami here because of the fact that if it is the 5 days rest, it goes a certain, it's favored Miami. But I think the bigger trend is the Raiders off the bye looks good. That said, I'm going on the under.
And all Antonio Pierce does is cover spreads. So.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. He's incredible ATS, Antonio Pierce.
He likes to kick field goals down 11.
He doesn't want to win the game necessarily.
No, just get inside the +9.